But he had the time of his life there with the ultimate. But we also have all these guys to look at. I don't know. Might as well. Okay. Alright, so we can keep headshotting him there. That's going to be the only way we can kill him. This attack is relatively weak, right? I don't know all the ins and outs of it, like when it's stronger. But when he's standing right there and we're trying to kill him, then yeah, we just want to slam headshots. We still have four attacks in the chamber. We could have just killed him. Or not killed him, but, you know, put the maximum pressure on him. Bing, 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 bing. We're going over here, so we're getting quite a bit more vulnerable. But we're committing to a off angle. It's alright. Very nice attack there. That's happening. You know, he's trying to block us, but he's too far away to hurt us, so we're in a pretty good spot. And we'll be able to get away and, you know, go to high ground or whatever to get back into the fight as soon as possible. Since his last second. Very nice. It's beautiful. So there we go. Kill both. So if we didn't do that as this one, then yeah, we could take advantage of this pretty nicely. Nice. Very nice. Nice movement there, because, you know, she was up there, so it's pretty efficient. You went after this, and then you jumped up here and attacked this. That's pretty nice. Cool, man. Looks good. Good movement, good camera movement, staying aware, staying ready. That's our portal. Now we gotta go ham, because we're so close to moving the first point. Alright, this is our healing ultimate now. Just getting in there. Now we got this. Now we got our ultimate. So wait just one more second here, and we can pop it. So we could have gone for the squishies, because it has lethal pressure on squishies, but it doesn't really on the. These guys can take a lot of damage still, but I think it makes a lot more sense to pop it here. And then, but they would have used the ultimate, but yeah. Almost got him. A little bit of a chance there, right? But it was kind of a lot to react to. So bam, we hit him once, hit him twice. So I think he took that one, and then yeah. So we didn't really have a chance, but yeah. All right, so they used the ultimate. It's fine. That's the end. This is a good call, because she's putting a lot of pressure on our team, and she left the high ground immediately, so that worked. So we're trying to, and then we try to use our bubble and go into main lane looking for a bunch of heals. But unfortunately, we don't have, like for example, an invis would just be popping them through here over and over again, so you would just get healed the whole time you're doing that. But instead, it's not like that, right? So it's kind of better to take this path, take the cover, and get healed by her and her then. So this is like a healer specific thing. That ended up killing us, right? But it would have worked if we were playing with invis, and then Luna also. Like Luna can get body blocked, but still she's going to be going main lane, picking up some heals on you as you go. But C&D is even more body blocked. And then, yeah, this one doesn't work that way at all, right? So we have to come back here, do healing over time, get healed back up while playing with Magneto, staying safe, and then we can go back in, something like that. Nice, get right back in there, push the tanks back a little, or pressure them a little bit, but we're going back for the healers. Took a lot of damage, so we're being careful. Nice. So we could have retained cover there, and retaining cover in this situation is useful, because then we're right with our healers and we get healed up, and we're not really under threat. You know, potentially we might be under threat somehow. But in general, we can stay right here. We could have got healed up faster. But when we go behind them, you know, it's going to take longer now, right? If we pop that and just go in, it's kind of necessary since the time is so tight. But we do have this whole yellow bar up here. So we do have time. And we can also be looking at him and thinking about him and thinking about, okay, yeah, I need to get healed up, and then, you know, something like that. Like, he's also on the board, right? Rather than us just flying in. And we ended up not dying, but we definitely could have, and there we go, we died. So it's a tough situation all around. I don't really like just immediately flying in there. We could have tried to play with the Magneto, tried to take some heals, and play the yellow bar, right? Let the yellow bar dictate when we need to jump in. The yellow bar at the top. My cursor disappears when I get close to it, but that's fine. Nice, nice. Oh, we could jump on this box. Wait, can you jump from midair? I haven't played Hulk enough. I was just kidding about that, by the way. But it is a cool spot to be on. Okay, so now they use those two ultimates. We got the C and D. Where do we want to go? What do we want to do? Okay, we're getting hit by the thing. That's fine. Finally got up here. He's not up there anymore. Let's go after these guys. Try to take the pressure off him a little bit. Now we're in the Invis ultimate. So we can jump out through the Invis ultimate. So there's a slow effect when we cross the threshold. There's a slow effect, which is a bit too much for us to handle right now. I think it's negligible, or it doesn't happen when you jump through it. It might still get the slow effect. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of movement abilities allow you to pass through the slow threshold without taking slow. So we needed to jump out if we wanted to survive there. We could have done it right away. Or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, it looks like we get no effect on that. Yeah, it was the last second, so we can just go and try to make something happen. Interesting, interesting. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Nice escape, and we're using this cover again. Nice, nice. We're kind of ready for this guy, and also attacking these guys. I guess we went over here. We could have taken the high ground there if we wanted to. Because that would have protected us from like all the pressure here, and we could just be on high ground and challenge them, and we get the bonus of not only are we not going to suffer from not getting heals because we have a healer up here, but we can also help protect our healer. He can stand behind us if he ever takes a shot, right? So that could have been a very effective thing to do. Once we were in this position, right, we could have just taken the high ground. Because it should always be an option in our head of like, should I take the high ground? That's why I thought you were going to go here, rather than just trying to get the jump on this guy, because we have the entire team also to deal with. Let me think. I'm a little surprised that you went to this side. That's kind of why I want to reflect on this here. We're doing this. Nice getaway. Now we're safe, right? Now we're going. And we want to kind of keep these people out or whatever, so we can pop him in the head more. Pop him in the head more, you know, whatever is relevant. He is kind of protecting himself, so we can't really access him. And he also has access to healers from behind. So he's more of like a target to keep an eye on if he makes himself vulnerable, I guess. Yep, now he's using the shield. Now he's right here. So we're kind of moving forward, but we really don't need to, right? You kind of play the cover right here. Like play the opportunity to use cover potentially as we go down. So we kind of move forward and then we move to the right. I'm just a little surprised that we didn't just stay like right here. But I guess it makes sense to try to get away from him so that we don't take damage from him. So I like it. And then I think this was a very good move though, to just go ahead and take cover right here. That would have been nice. But alright. Nice, popping him with headshots. So we have a good chance to put a lot of pressure on this guy and make him scared. And, you know. So we could have done that right there. And then, yeah. Okay, so we're in this situation. So that's why, like, why are we moving way over here? Because I'm basically thinking I need to have access to cover, and I need to be kind of with my team. I need to have access to heals and blocks from my tanks generally. I could play off angles, but this is not an off angle opportunity. This is just being in wide open space with no chance for cover. And the heals aren't going to come easy either. So we're basically making ourselves super vulnerable for no reason. And we're not even attacking a valuable target. You know, we don't have any goal here. It would have made perfect sense to just keep drilling, because we can do a lot of damage easily to this guy. Just drill headshots into him and make him back up rather than be able to come in. Now we can switch to this guy as necessary and stuff. Try to get a squishy as well. Going over here, I don't think it makes any sense. Our only option, the second we take damage, is to use our getaway move to get back somewhere that where we are more safe, right? Okay, we got revive. Now we have the chance to flank automatically from our revive position. Nice. And we're trying to get back into this position where we have cover here. We can go back and review that though. So first of all, we can shoot from high ground. So this is actually a blessing to be up here. We don't have to immediately jump down. We can not only shoot from high ground, but we can also wait for a perfect moment to jump, get behind somebody with the intent to, I'm gonna slam a headshot, I'm gonna try to kill him, right? But we don't want to just immediately jump down when we don't even know what we're doing yet. You know what I mean? It's kind of a good opportunity, but it's not, because we would have saw there's 3 guys. We're not coming from behind them enough. So 3 guys can kill us. And then there's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not good, right? So we should have stayed on high ground for the first spot. And then if we're going to die, we should look for a good spot to do it. All right, now we're back here. So again, we're moving way over to the right. Ends up being pretty nice. And nice. What we really want to do is get these guys. That's smart. That's smart. Okay, ended up getting a nice kill on him. Now we can just really go for them. So now we're resisting the flank, which I'm a little surprised by. Because there's like nobody to challenge us. So we could have just stayed here and popped them. I mean, I guess we would have had to get close to them eventually, but yeah. I was a little surprised there. And so now we can get into our ultimate here. Very nice. Got pushed out. But that's actually perfectly fine. Go ahead and do that. Focus her. Looks good. But yeah, she had a good use of cover. And a nice high ground spot, which we immediately evacuated. We 100% want to use this. We got into a perfect spot. We'd be super good. And then if we kept backing up to get into a nice position here where we have like a head glitch, not a full head glitch, but like we have good cover situation where we can just bang on people and we're going to be a problem. And probably someone is going to try to come up here and kill us. But jumping straight down just makes no sense, to be honest. But we even have a bubble up here. That would have been a nice thing to find out about. And another thing too, that we almost had our ultimate. So we could have stayed alive and used our, and then we would have the chance to use our ultimate, which would have been really strong because we just had the portal come in, right?